a downward static force of 1.8 kilonewton is keyed, K-E-Y-E-D, keyed to a 25 mm round rod as shown in figure. Start. Find the critical stress in the round rod. Find the critical stress in the round bar. Find the critical stress in the round bar. Again, it's not working. ಈಗ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನಂದು ಬಂದು ಹೋಗಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಈಗ ಲೈಟ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೆ, ಅರ್ಧ ಗಂಟೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅವ್ರು 1.5 ಗಂಟೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಿಂಗ್ ಕುಟ್ಟದೆ ಸರಿ ಲೈಟ್ ಬಂತು. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಬಟ್ ಇದು ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಆಯ್ತು ಬಿಡಿ. Take down the problem, sketch. Draw down the sketch.
So did you dictate the problem?
Yeah, I dictated the problem. Note down the sketch. It is 175 here and 225 in the other direction. It's a circular rod of 25 mm diameter. Through another member, 1.8 kilonewton is being applied. Finished, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So now I think you are able to see me on the screen, correct? You are able to see me on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So please see here now. Please see here. These are the 25 mm diameter shaft, and there is another member through which we are applying a load of 1.8 kilonewton. Okay, right? So here, this distance is 225 mm, and this distance is 175 mm. So through this lever, I am going to apply a load of 1.8 kilonewton, something like this. Correct? Are you able to see this? Are you able to see? Okay.
Can you
So,
put the pen little higher, sir?
yeah?
Can you put the pen little higher? It's not visible.
Yeah, correct.
Yes, sir. It's now it's fine.
Yeah, right. So this is the lever, and this is where I'm applying a load of 1.8 kilonewton. Okay, and this distance is 175. This distance is 225 mm. So I'm applying a load of 1.8 kilonewton through this lever. So this round rod is subjected to a torsion equal to 1.8 into 225 is the radius of rotation. So it is subjected to a torsional moment of 1.8 into 225. And one more force is this 1.8 kilonewton, if it is taken as if it is acting at this, the round rod is also subjected to bending also. Okay. So the bending moment will be 1.8 kilonewton into 175. So you will have two types of stresses. One because of 225 mm into 1.8, that will induce torsional moment into the round rod, and as if this 1.8 kilonewton is acting at this point, which is inducing a bending moment of 1.8 into 175. So it is trying to bend the rod. So this 25 mm diameter rod, is subjected to torsional moment and also bending moment. Okay. So what is the torsional moment equal to here? In this case, torsional moment T is equal to 1.8 into 10 power 3 kilonewton into what is the radius of rotation? It is 225. This will give you the torsional moment T. So torsional moment, when you have torsion, induces shear stress given by tau is equal to 16T by pi d cube. Okay, that is equal to 16 into 1.8 into 10 power 3 Newton into 225 mm radius of rotation divided by pi into 25 cube. You are going to get tau. Okay. (25 cube), you are going to get tau is equal to this
132, sir.
It is 132 megapascal. Yeah, 132 megapascal is one thing. Next thing is this 1.8 kilonewton is taken as if acting at this location, which will induce bending moment 1.8 into 175. Okay, so therefore the bending moment is equal to 1.8 into 10 power 3 Newton into the distance, the perpendicular distance is 175. So then the bending moment induces bending stress. So therefore, sigma B is equal to M by Z for circular cross section. That is M is 1.8 into 10 power 3 into 175 is the bending moment divided by, for circular cross section, it is pi d cube by how much? Pi d cube by 32, correct? So therefore, sigma B is equal to how much? We are going to find out.
205.3.
Excellent. Okay. 205.3 megapascal. That's correct. So we have combined loading of shear stress and bending stress. When you have these two, we will have combined loading equation given by sigma 1 comma 2 is equal to half of sigma plus or minus root sigma square plus 4 tau square. You are going to get sigma 1 is equal to, sigma 2 is equal to, and then tau max is equal to. So find out these values. That's it. Give me the values.
So, sigma 1 is 269.86.
Excellent. Okay.
And sigma 2 is equal to minus 64.56.
That's correct. Super.
And tau max is equal to 167.21.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. These are the values. Fine, super. Anybody? Any doubt in this? If you have any doubt, please let me know. So this 1.8 kilonewton into 225 induces rotation in this member round rod. Okay. In the round rod, 1.8 into 225 induces rotation. So therefore, torsional moment comes into picture. Another one is 1.8 as if it is acting at the end of this. It's essentially like a cantilever beam. Okay, so 1.8 kilonewton into perpendicular distance induces bending moment over here. Okay, bending moment. So therefore, we will have bending stress as well. So the round rod is subjected to both torsional moment and bending moment. From there, we are going to get principal stresses. Anybody? Any doubt in this? This is T is equal to 1.8 into 225. This is M and this is T. Shall we take up the next problem? Anybody needing time to copy? Anybody?
1 minute. 1
Yeah,
minute.
yeah. Write down the equations clearly, do the substitution and then calculation. Here I have indicated I have not done substitution of sigma and tau. Sigma is 205.3 and tau is 132 megapascal. Do the substitution, then show the calculations. Don't directly note down in your notebook. Z, you first write pi d cube by 32 and then do the substitution. Okay? Fine? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, shall we go to the next problem?
Yes, sir. Go
Okay.
for the next one.
Okay, right. Determine the width B of the offset link shown in figure. Offset, OFFSET, offset link shown in figure, as shown in figure, with the permissible value of working stress, as 55 megapascal. 55 megapascal. Note down the sketch. Note down the sketch. This is 30 there, 30 into B. Finish writing the sketch?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please look at your screens. Don't do anything. Don't take down anything. Hold on for a while. Okay. So here we are given with a load of 30 kilonewton, which is acting on this offset link. Okay. This is where the CG of the cross section lies. Okay. So there are two types of stresses that are induced. One is as if this 30 kilonewton is acting along the axis. So in such case, we are going to have sigma axial or sigma direct, whatever you want, you can call it as sigma direct is equal to P by area of cross section. What is P here? P is 30 into 10 power 3 Newton divided by, it's a rectangular cross section. So therefore B into 30 will give you 1000 divided by B as the value of axial stress. Okay. And also this 30 kilonewton is acting at a distance of 10 mm from the inside of the offset link or the inner fiber of the offset link. So this force into perpendicular distance with reference to centroidal axis. Okay, this is very important. Okay, so this force into perpendicular distance with reference to centroidal axis over there will induce bending moment. Effect of bending moment is to bend the member, which will induce bending stress. Okay, so therefore bending stress is given by bending moment divided by section modulus. What is bending moment? Force into perpendicular distance. Now, what is the perpendicular distance with reference to centroidal axis? What is the perpendicular distance from force?
10.
Huh?
10.
Is it only 10? It is with 10 is with reference
10 plus
to
B.
10
10
plus
plus B by 2.
10 plus B by 2. That is 10 plus 0.5 B will be the bending moment divided by section modulus for a rectangular cross section. So it is going to be BH square by 6, that is 30 into B square by 6. Correct? Are you there with me? Simplify this. You are going to get sigma B in terms of, again, maybe some B square or so, you will get in terms of B square probably. Just check. Okay. So it is subjected to axial stress and also bending stress. And we know sigma total, when you have axial and bending, sigma total is given by sigma axial plus sigma bending. Okay, what is the sigma total here given in the problem? Given in the problem, sigma max, correct, is 55. Working stress or permissible stress or total stress is given as 55 megapascal given in the problem. Okay, that's what is given in the problem. So therefore 55 is equal to sigma axial is 1000 divided by B plus sigma bending. How much you are going to get? Just check. Okay, you will get, I think 60, what I got is 60,000.
60,000 plus 3,000.
3000 B, correct? B by B square. Okay, so substitute that 60,000 plus 3000 B divided by B square. Okay, so you are going to get a quadratic equation and get the positive value of B here for this problem. Anybody? Any doubt in this? Sigma total permissible or working stress is given as 55 megapascal, and this 30 kilonewton is to be considered as if it is acting along the axis. So therefore, there is going to be direct stress or axial stress. Find that out, and then because of eccentricity of 10 plus 0.5 b, okay, 10 plus 0.5 b, okay, there is going to be force into perpendicular distance, which will induce bending stress. So therefore, m by z, and it is B, side B is perpendicular to the axis of loading. So therefore, I have taken B square there, okay, and not for 30, okay. So that for that clarity, you should look into rectangular cross section. Anyway, I'll explain when it comes to next problem probably, okay. So solve this, get the quadratic equation, and then solve for B and get me the value of B. By the time I'll take the answer.
85.5,
Sir,
sir.
85.
Yeah, 80?
85.5.
Yeah, super, good. 85.5, that is 86 millimeter. Okay, the quadratic equation that you are going to get is b square minus 72.7b minus 1090.9 is equal to 0. Probably you people might use the equation here itself and able to solve using your calculator. Otherwise, going by conventional method, this is the equation that we are going to get. B square minus 72b minus 1090.9 is equal to 0. From there, we get the value of B as 86 millimeter. Others, please note down. Others, please note down. Anybody, any doubt in this? Any doubt? Anyone?
No, sir.
Okay. Akram Anwar, any doubt in that?
No, sir. No, sir.
No. Okay. Guda Jayant Reddy, able to understand? Jayant Reddy. Purushottam Reddy, are you present?
Yes, sir.
What Purushottam Reddy, you are absenting now and then? You two are brothers or what? Guda Jayant Reddy and Guda Purushottam Reddy, you two are brothers? Yeah?
Yeah, we both are brothers, sir.
Twins, huh?
No, sir, no.
Okay. All right. Okay. Narendra Sadanand Halyal,
Yes, sir.
understanding?
Yes, sir.
Don't have so much noise at the background. Ask them to keep away from you. Okay, it will be disturbing for you.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay, Rishi Dineshwar, able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sanjay Gowda, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯೇನ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any doubt, please ask and clarify. Okay. So there's a proverb. One who asks will be foolish for 5 minutes. One who does not ask will be foolish forever. Okay. So if you have any doubt, don't carry. Right. Okay. We'll go to the next problem.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Take this. This was asked for 12 marks. The frame of a hydraulic press. The frame of a hydraulic press consisting of two identical steel plates, is as shown in figure. Is as shown in figure. The maximum force acting on the frame is the maximum force acting on the frame is 20 kilonewton. 20 kilonewton. Full stop. The plates are made of steel 45C8 with a tensile yield strength of 380 Newton per mm square. 380 Newton per mm square. Full stop. The factor of safety is 2.5. The factor of safety is 2.5. Full stop. Determine the plate thickness. Determine the plate thickness. Note down the sketch. Note down the sketch. It is 20 kilonewton load acting, and it's a frame of a punching press. So thickness of the frame is what we need to find out for given loading and material conditions. Okay. If you have noted down the sketch, we'll take up the solution.
Excuse me, sir, that's 20 kilonewton or 70, sir?
20 kilonewton. 20 kilonewton, 275 mm is the distance between CG of the cross section and point of application of load. So that's going to be your bending moment, correct? That is 20 kilonewton into 275 mm, okay, will be the bending moment, okay? In the previous case, he had not given up to center of gravity, he had given up to inner fiber of the frame, so we added another half of the given width there. The same problem now can be given as 200 mm to the inner fiber, that is up to inner fiber. You can give it as 200 and then we have to add another 75. Then it will become 275. So they can change the problems slightly like that. Finished up? I'll go through the problem. Please look into your books. The frame of hydraulic press consisting of two identical steel plates is as shown in figure. Maximum force acting on the frame, okay? That is the maximum force P acting on the frame is 20 kilonewton, that is 20 into 10 power 3 Newton. And the plates are made of 45C8 steel with a tensile yield strength, that is sigma y is equal to 380 Newton per mm square and a factor of safety of 2.5. So therefore, your sigma design or sigma total or sigma permissible, okay? So that's going to be equal to sigma y by factor of safety, that is equal to 380 divided by 2.5. So therefore, sigma total or sigma permissible or sigma allowable is equal to, it comes to 280 divided by 2.5 will comes to around 152 megapascal. That is 380 divided by 2.5 will come to around 152 megapascal as sigma total. Correct? So this is what we are going to get as sigma total. Now coming to the solution part over here, okay? So this 20 kilonewton, as if it is acting along the axis, will have axial stress, that is sigma axial is equal to load by area of cross section, that is 20 into 10 power 3 divided by 150 into T, okay? That will give you axial stress. And what about bending stress here? What about bending stress? Sigma B is equal to M by section modulus. What is moment? 20 kilonewton into 275 mm perpendicular distance will induce bending moment, that is 20 into 10 power 3 into 275 is the bending moment, correct?
Sir, it will be 275 plus 75, no, sir?
No, it is given up to center of gravity, no, in the sketch. In the previous problem, okay, in the previous problem, if you look at the previous problem, the distance was 10 mm up to inner fiber. But we have to add to the CG, that is half of B, correct? Okay. Are you there with me?
Yes, sir.
So in this problem, he has given you the distance up to center line only, center of gravity only, centroidal axis only. So therefore, we need not take 150 by 2 again here. Got the clarity?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the Z here is going to be BH square by 6. So here it is going to be T into 150 square by 6. We are going to get sigma B is equal to, you will get a value. This is sigma axial in terms of T. This is also in terms of T. So therefore, you substitute in sigma total is equal to sigma axial plus sigma bending. So it is 152 is equal to something divided by T plus something divided by T. We will get the value of T. Okay? Are you there with me? All right. So here, why I have taken square for 150 is, so we know by our mechanics knowledge, if this is B, okay, and this is D, for example, okay, and this is XX, and this is YY. So I take that way, okay. What is it for IXX? IXX is equal to BD cube by 12 is the moment of inertia, correct? Correct? Then
Yes.
IYY is going to be dB cube by 12. Okay?
Yes.
dB cube by 12. So therefore, here based on that, it's going to be I by Y is Z. Okay? So therefore, I have taken T into 150 square by 6. Okay? Are you there with me? Others?
Yes.
Yeah. Anybody doubt in this? Get me the value of T.
Is it 10.5, please?
That's correct. 10.5. That is, round it off to next higher whole number. So sigma B, what we get is 1466.7. And sigma axial, what we get is 133.33 by T. And sigma B is 1466.7 by T. So substitute that 133.33. This is 1466.7. Substitute that, you will get T is equal to 11 mm. Okay. Anybody needing time to note it down? Anybody could understand?
One
So 1 minute.
Yeah, yeah. If you're finished, we'll go to the next problem.
Yes, sir.
Take this problem. This was asked for 12 marks. A bracket as shown in figure. A bracket as shown in figure. A bracket as shown in figure is subjected to an axial pull of an axial pull of 15 kilonewton at 60 degrees to the vertical. At 60 degrees to the vertical. at 60 degrees to the vertical. Full stop. Determine the maximum tensile stress in the bracket. Determine the maximum tensile stress in the bracket. Maximum tensile stress in the bracket. Take down the sketch. And this site is 60 mm. Is also one of the important problems. Finished noting down the sketch. Any doubt in the nomenclature there? 60 degrees the angles, 15 kilonewton. 25 by 75 is the cross section of the bracket. It's a rectangular cross section, 25 by 75 depth. And the distance from the horizontal axis over there to the load center is 60 mm. Finished? If you have finished writing the sketch, we'll go for explanation. Okay, done. Yeah, look at the screen now. Look at the screen now. We have got 15 kilonewton load acting at an angle of 60 degrees with reference to the vertical load there. Okay, so therefore, when I draw a free body diagram, so we will have this force acting at an angle of 60 degrees, that is 15 kilonewton acting at an angle of 60 degrees. So what will be this in downward direction? What do I get over here?
15 cos 60.
Excellent. That is 15 cos 60 degrees. That's going to be 15 cos 60 is going to be 7.5 kilonewton is the load over here. Similarly here, it is going to be 15 sine what? 15 sine 60. Okay. So that's going to be the horizontal force. That is equal to how much? 15 sine 60 is
12.99.
12.99 kilonewton. Okay. So we have got 12.99 kilonewton horizontal that is acting. We have got 7.5 kilonewton vertical force that is acting. Okay. So the type of stresses that you are going to get. Now this vertical force PV, okay, the vertical force PV will have the force, that is, this is where the vertical force PV will be acting. So you will have for transverse load PV, perpendicular distance is 120, that will induce bending stress, correct? That is PV into 120 is bending moment divided by section modulus is Z, that is equal to PV is how much? 7.5 kilonewton into 10 power 3 into 120 divided by B into H square by 6. Correct? Are you there with me? So, are you there? This will induce
Yes, sir. Yes.
bending stress because of vertical.
Yes, sir.
Because of vertical force, you will get bending stress. Now, I'll come to horizontal force PH. So PH, as if it is acting along this direction, is one we are going to get, that is PH into perpendicular distance of 60 mm will induce bending stress. And PH, as if it is acting along the centroidal axis with reference to cross section over there, will induce axial stress or direct stress. Okay. So PH will have PH axial. If I take, so that is equal to 12.99 kilonewton. So this will induce direct stress, that is axial stress or direct stress, because of PH is equal to 12.99 into 10 power 3 kilonewton divided by area of cross section is 25 into 75. You will get sigma axial because of PH. Similarly, this PH is acting at an eccentricity of 60. So PH into perpendicular distance is 60 will induce again bending stress. So sigma B, because of horizontal force, is given by M by Z. M is what? PH into vertical perpendicular distance is 60 divided by B into H square. Correct? Again 25 into 75 square divided by 6. So this will give you PH is how much there? 12.99 into 10 power 3 into 60 into 6 divided by 25 into 75 square. So this will give you sigma B because of horizontal force. Okay. So therefore, the total stress, what is total stress given in the problem there? Has he given anything like that? So not, but we have got all the dimensions given. So therefore, sigma total will be equal to sigma axial plus sigma bending because of vertical plus sigma bending because of horizontal force. That is equal to find out. Is that okay? Are you there? So get me the value of sigma total.
So I had a doubt.
Yeah.
So for like a certain force, how do you make out whether it'll have axial as well as bending, or if it'll only have the...
Yeah. Whenever there is a force that is acting at an eccentricity like 60, okay. Say for example, I take one example here. So this is the axial load. I am in this the load P, which is acting at a distance of eccentricity E. So in such cases, you will have both axial and bending in this case, as if this P is acting along the axis over there. So we are going to get axial stress. And because of presence of this eccentricity, we are going to have bending stress. So similar concept, if we apply to this also here, your load is acting here 20 kilonewton at an eccentricity of 275. Okay. So this 20 kilonewton, but the cross sections centroidal axis is acting somewhere here. So we need to consider as if this 20 kilonewton is acting along the axis, and also because of eccentricity, there is going to be bending stress. So therefore, you will have both axial and bending in this case also. So here also, this pH will be is acting at a distance of 60 mm from the axis, the axis of the cross section. So therefore, it will have, as if this pH is acting along the cross section, you will have one stress, that is direct stress. And this pH, because of eccentricity of 60, it will induce bending stress. Same concept what we did here in the previous problem. Same concept is applicable with reference to pH. Only addition here is because of the angle at which the load is acting, you will have vertical component also, that is PV, which is directly the transverse load acting on the cross section. So therefore, you are going to get bending stress because of vertical force as well. Okay, got the clarity?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Whenever the load is acting at an eccentricity, please remember, okay? Whenever load is acting at an eccentricity, say this is the axis, okay, for this member, load is acting at a distance E here, okay, in such case, you will have both direct stress and bending stress. Are you with me? Are you with me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
all of you please note down the sketch also. Please note down the sketch. Whenever load is acting at an eccentricity, you will have stress as if this P is acting along the axis. You will get axial stress, and because of eccentricity, you will have bending stress as well. So that is sigma total will be P by A plus M by Z. That's going to be sigma total.
Sir,
Yeah.
if in the question this 15 kilonewton was acting only in the horizontal direction and on the axis,
Yeah.
so it would be only axial stress.
Only horizontal force which will induce the axial stress and bending stress because of 60 mm over there.
If 60 mm is not there, then it will be only axial.
No, that distance has to be given. If you look at the previous problem, no, the distance of 10 mm, okay, distance of 10 mm here, okay.
Yes.
So
Sir.
10 mm was given, okay. So
Yes,
same
sir.
thing, you rotate it by 90 degrees, you will get this cross section. That's it. So that
Yes.
distance need to be given.
What if it's acting on there's another axis down, no, sir? What if it's acting over there?
That is PV, no? PV.
Yes.
7.5 kilonewton. Is that correct?
No, sir. I'm telling if it is taken horizontal and it's acting on the horizontal axis that is there.
Okay.
So then there'll be only axial stress.
See, if 60 mm is going to be 0,
Yes, sir.
and it is acting along the axis like this only,
Yes, sir.
then what you will have is only axial stress.
Axial stress.
That's
Yes.
all.
Okay.
Yeah. It is as if you have a member subjected to axial load. That's it.
Okay.
So when you have axial load, you will have only axial stress.
Axial stress.
Yeah. I'll take attendance.
So is it 78.5?
Yeah, sigma max is 78.58.
So actually what I did was I took out the total moment about the fixed point. So is it necessary that you have to find it differently, like
No,
you
not
found out
necessarily.
sigma?
You can take moments and solve. That's not at all an issue. So pH into, again clockwise, vertical force into 120, and another is direct stress. Correct? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can do that way also. You will get 78.58 megapascal. Yeah, quickly answer your roll call. I think time is up for you people. Are you able to understand clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll just switch over. Yes. Today is 19. Yeah, 1.
Thanks, sir.
You have to be quick. 2,
Present, sir.
3, 4, 5,
Present, sir.
6,
Present, sir.
7.
4 present, sir.
Huh?
4, sir, present.
Hey, what I say, useless fellow. I told you to be quick. Okay. I'll switch off recording first. Otherwise,